we have a little bit of a different deck, something that is absolutely ridiculous and awesome here in standard best of 3 right now in the current meta. I'm excited to bring you Rakdos Artifacts. This list took second actually in the Pizza Box Open over the last weekend. There were over 100 plus players in this thing as well, so super kudos to our friend here and player taking second, Darth Zero. I love it. Thank you, Egg Zero. I probably butchered it, but nice job. So I'm excited to break this one down for you here today. So thank you for tuning in. As always, down below you'll find the timestamps as we walk through the strategy objective of this list. It's a little bit different. We'll give you your boarding for best of 3 as we always do, and we'll go play that competitive Magic in both best of 1 and best of 3 here today. Now, additionally, I want to give a shout out to the Pizza Box Open for putting up a good show as always. On top of that, Philippa for hosting, along with our friend Hamhawks as well. That is the top 8 commentary. Both of them have been doing commentary, and a thank you to Hamhawks for the recent sub. And additionally to Philippa on her journey to hit 6,000 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. So I want to give them a shout out. Now, again, back to this deck, and a good shout out to Darth Zero here, or 0x0, for running something totally different. Now, if you got a question, if you got a comment throughout the episode, do let me know, because I'd love to hear from you as always. And come swing by the Discord server, because we've got a great active community there. So thank you to everyone. So here we go. Rakdos Artifacts, again, second for the Pizza Box Open. This thing is different. What I like about this is it's essentially a control list that pivots into a massive big drop. It's also got ramp in here. And I recently ran into a deck similar to like this in both best of 1 and best of 3 that were reactivating the Power Stone. So many of us have forgot about the strategy. This one runs it very well, which is pretty sweet. And again, these things at the top end just deal so much damage and can cinch and close down games rather quickly. So what you're doing, go for Throat, Sheoldred's Edict, essentially removing anything on your turn 2. Just get it off the board, done, be done with it. Now, we do have Bloodthirsty Adversary if you need a body early game or a pivot later for that 5-drop to pull something back here. You're going to do work on it. Now, additionally, on top of that, we do get Ramp with Automated Artificer here. So this thing, you can add 1 colorless, spend this mana only to activate an ability or cast an artifact spell. That's fine. Additionally, here we got at the 3-drop, Gix's Keris. Here, target opponent's going to reveal their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player's going to discard it. And again, you're getting Ramp. Excavation Expulsion, same thing. 3 damage to any target. Create a tap Power Stone. So much ramp, my friends. And then you got Thran's Spider here. This thing, when it enters the battlefield, you and target opponent each create a tap Power Stone. Boom. Well, good news is not a lot of players are playing artifacts, so they're not going to gain anything off this. And you're going to take it to town with this 3-drop. And a 2/4 body is going to slow things down rather nicely at the 3-drop slot. And on top of that, if you happen to not have any big cards for whatever reason, you can go dig and find one. Yes, find one if you need it. Now, on top of that, we got the Might Stone and the Weak Stone. Essentially draw if you need it, or a strap if you need it. You are most likely not going to activate Urza here, because that's what's going to happen, but keep that in mind. And then additionally here, we do have Phyrexian Fleshgorger, Cityscape Leveler, and Portal to Phyrexia. What else could go wrong with massive artifact creature spells? Yeah, not much, right? Not much. So those are all really important here. We have removal, we got more removal, and we got more removal and body blockers in ramp. Yes, Power Stone ramp. I love it. It's awesome. I'm so excited to play this here. And then for whatever reason, if you need a Murex and a Toxic, you can make that happen as well. So again, this thing took second. Hats off, yes, literally, because it's a cool deck. It's totally different. So now we talked about the strategy. It's really a mid-range list when we talk about ramp, but really late game, so pivot to that because it's got the control. So keep those things in mind in terms of strategy. Now, when we talk about best of three, we're going to go aggro, mid-range, and late game. We're going to break it down that way. So aggro, you got to remove the board. We're going to move to cut downs. Yes, absolutely do those. You want to get things off the board. Phyrexian Fleshgorger, yes. Why? Because you can pivot that to a 3-drop and gain the life gain. Yes. Lithomatic Barrage here. Yes, this is also in there. Path of Pearl. Yes. Destroy all creatures, swipe them off the board, call it a day. So those are a lot of the key cards that you're going to shift to. I would start to think about actually reducing some of your ramp, reducing Bloodthirsty Adversary, and really focus on moving things off the board in a direct one-to-one response. So if you can drag the game out a little bit longer, that is going to be one key for you there. That's that strategy. Then as you move to mid-range here again, things like cut down may help. Duress, certainly think about Phyrexian Fleshgorger for sure. Omnix, a maybe here, and we'll talk about that here in a second. These other ones, again, it's going to depend on what you're playing in terms of creatures, spells, or spells that are more control-esque. Keep those things in mind because that's how you're going to want to flip things around. Omnix, again, as we move to late game, we pivot. We want them discarding. We want to gain that card advantage. So this is a nice one to actually put in there. Again, you're trying to get their cards out of their hand so you can gain a card advantage against a control list. Again, that's how you want to think about that pivot back to that mid-range in order to be successful there. So again, other late game cards that you're going to think about, Duress, Pilfer. Pilfer is great as well. Reveals their hard hand. You choose an online card. Obviously, I mixed those two together. That's what was going on. Dyslexia, as we like to say. Choose an online card from it. That player's going to discard it. So those are all the key pieces. It's got a good blend in terms of response, in terms of what you're seeing. And again, this thing took second of 100 decks. Awesome. Good for you. All right, so let's go ahead. We talked about strategy objective of this list. We also talked about the pivot. I spent a little bit more time on this because it's definitely unique, and I think that's important. So let's go ahead now, and we're going to play that competitive magic here today with this particular list, as I said, because that is what we're doing. All right, play. We will go best of one first, as we always do. We'll see how we survive. I kind of like what we have. It's a good, solid kind of, when I like a strategy of a list, right in the middle for best of one, pivot, obviously, on your best of three, which is why you have boarding, which makes a big difference when you can flip in 4 to 8 cards that are really, really going to impact the game. Always thank you for your support. We do have a swag store, a merch store, all that fun stuff. Other great ways to stay connected down below, so thank you. We will keep this. We got a little bit of a few different things here. We got a lot in terms of colors. Again, this might be a little bit different here. Now, we don't have to worry too much. We could play this. We can play this. I'm actually going to drop this first because we're not going to be pulling anything back at 5 with it. Yes, we're just not. We will think about exactly what we want to do. Yes, exactly. Treasure token. It's going to create one. We need to decide if we want to strip something out, which is exactly what we're going to do. And what do they have here? Archangels. Gormos. There we go. We'll get rid of this thing. No attacks. They'll certainly kick, and it's going to hurt. Well, maybe they'll kick. If they don't, we'll still be okay. We do have our strap if we need it. And now we have 5, so we can play this again and kick. I believe. Oh, maybe not. There we go. We can. Let's do this again. So a very, very nice way to ramp here against our opponent. We'll get rid of Leyline Binding because we're not really going to have to worry about that right now. And now we got another Lodestone. Let's see if they change and trade. They won't. All right. So again, we still have a sack outlet. If we want to do it, will they kick it is the question. There they go. Lots of life gain, which is really nice. They still have one here if they want to go for it. Now, when this thing enters, destroy up to one non-land permanent. So we can do this, and we can do a strap this time, which is what I will do. Now we can do a few things here. We'll see. There we go. Right, so they have their death dealer. We can do when this enters. Or we can kill both off the table, which I like. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. And we'll do it again. Now we can make with our Murex here, which is really nice too. So don't forget that. We'll see what our friends here do. And again, we can pull stuff back with Sheoldred's Edict. Right, they got their land in. We'll do this. Very nice. Here we go. There's one in. Now the question is, are we going to hold them back here? No, they got the ley line. But let's see here. We now have that. We also have sacrifices non-token creature or that. We're fine. Let's drop this. Now again, at the beginning of your upkeep, put a target creature from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control. Oh, what do we want? This thing. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, draw a card. You may discard any number of land cards when you do. Let's do this because it's fun. Now, whenever it enters battlefield, then you may discard a number of land cards. When you discard one or more cards from this way, deals twice as much damage to target creature. All right, there we are. We can do this, and then additionally we can cast one of these if we want to, but we don't need to. Atraxa, there it is. Now again, we will be able to do some fun stuff here. Let's do that. We will grab... let's go ahead with this. Now we can kill it, but let's do this instead. Boom! Look at that! This list is ridiculous. It is so much fun, so much pullback, so much ability to control your opponent. As you can see, the Power Stones just make this ridiculous. We have to say, well done. That list is always a hard one to play against, by the way. So very, very happy. Very, very happy with that best of one result. Now we're going to take this into best of 3. Can we put our opponent away here in terms of this match making? Find out here shortly. Ooh. A little bit of thinking in terms of this particular list. Obviously, it takes a little bit of time in order to kind of play it out and get comfortable with the list and where things work. But again, those power stones, a lot of players have forgot about that. So you're not really losing anything, as you could see, in particular when you're playing against your opponents there. Mo Allen will play first. I wish I could keep that. This one we will keep. I don't like it a whole lot. I'm actually going to get rid of one of these. If we can use it right, we can use the Might Stone to go draw 2 cards. We could take the risk of pitching one of these and actually hope that we get a land in 2 turns. I don't know. That could be a risk. We could try it. I think the safer bet is dropping one of Gix's here. So we'll go with that. Quite the list, that's for sure. Keep 6. All right, we are on. Control. Control it is. We'll see if we can get around this. I think this could be kind of a tricky matchup, to be honest. Again, it's really going to depend on what your opponent's playing. We're going to try this one to start, just for the ramp. A little different. We could have played Gix's maybe and got away with it. Let's see. That is okay. We'll do this. All right, so they got Fading Hope and Go for Throat. Let's dump that. We'll do this one first. And we're going to draw 2 cards. Let's do that. We'll see if they Fading Hope it. That was kind of what I suspected. Again, they only have lands in their hand now. We still have Gix's here. Now we could play this again for a draw. Let's see what they have. There's a Fading Hope. That's fine. We'll take it. That's still going to give us Gix's, hopefully. Ooh, look at that. Done.
Violence is necessary to set things right. Wish to know my secrets? Very well.
There's that. We can take it out if we want to. Make it a little bit bigger here, just to deal the damage. Get this guy out of the way. It's not gonna matter. Let's do this and do this. We'll see if they do that. Now again, don't forget we got the Murex here. Keep that one, draw 2. There we go. Now we can discard if we need to.
Without me, we're all doomed.
Right, pop that back in. And we do have enough here. Look at that mana base. Grab our friend here. So now we can pump that one back in. So don't forget. Our stones. Let's go grab this first. Play it again. There we go. This is pretty ridiculous. Very, very ridiculous. So now we know that they're on control, so we need to shift to the right, which is later game spells. So Omnix is good in this. Additionally, the Duresses, Pilfer. I still like that for removal, and I like these ones. We're going to go a lot less on that. Sheoldred's Edict does hit a Planeswalker, so we can keep that. Bloodthirsty Adversary did help us. The direct damage here does not help us. Additionally, Portal to Phyrexia, we're going to get rid of. It's greater late game. We can put our own stuff back in if we want to from a graveyard. I guess we could play that if we really wanted to, but I'm going to get rid of that for a little bit more consistency here. Cityscape Leveler, we're going to drop one of. And then additionally, I like keeping this in here. Phyrexian Gorger, I like. Let's go with one more. I like Omnix. Let's see here. Let's drop one on the ramp. There we go. All right. So that's what we're going to shift to for this particular lineup. Let's see if we can take it home. Do we want to keep this? I could. It's no black though, which I don't like. I'm going to try it. Just because I do have this. Don't care. Let's get rid of that one. So as long as they don't get rid of the 2-drop, which is what they're going to do, most likely. Again, we took a pretty risky hand here, though. But I'm okay with it. There, they went with the Thran. It's okay. We'll put this on. They're going to play this Sheoldred Edict for sure. Which will put us a little bit behind if they do that. Ooh, they didn't do that. I'm okay with the Cityscape going down. I am okay with Cityscape, like I said. So now we can do this instead. We'll just start doing damage. So if they happen to do a sacrifice or something like that, we can choose which one we want to use. It's not enough. Enough. I still may do that one, which is what I did. There we go. Now again, unfortunately, we're not hitting right. That's okay. We got a lot of lands. Let's see what we do. Again, another one there. We'll get another one. We'll keep going. There's a blue. There's their blue. Now we're still not quite there yet. So we went from a lot of mana to no mana. Let's see if this gets us through. They're trying to make a tough decision here. Ooh. We'll see what they take out of our hand. We're still in an okay position, because what's going to happen now is they will have to block our Bloodthirsty. We can make that decision here in a second. Here we go. That is what we needed. We can do this, and each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. So again, they're still on a timer. See what we can do. And let's get this one on the board. They may counter it. It is. So everything is there. They have one more Murex they can make. They need to kill the Bloodthirsty adversary here. Yes! We are good. We are good. What a match. What a match. So first one, we got to see everything in the list. Second one, little bit struggle and strugs there on the mana base. But we made it through. We shifted the way we needed to, and we're still able to overcome and get enough damage underneath there. Wow, super, super awesome. Really enjoyed that one. Something different, something unique right now. Again, hats off. Congratulations to our friend here that took it down, Darth Zero or X0. Congratulations. A really well thought out way to play. In the current meta, a great tournament to take down with the Pizza Box Open. Again, over 100 plus players. Very, very nice. And last and finally, a shout out to our friends Philippa and Hamhawks as well on the commentary. So with that, we got a big W today. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your support as always. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community. Down below, you will find again, other great ways to stay connected and support the channel. So thank you to all the members and thank you to everyone else for that support as well. And lastly here, we do have a lot of Magic content here on the channel and more coming all the time. I hope you enjoyed the Rakdos Artifacts list here today. May your artifacts and power stones work in your favor. We'll see you soon. More content coming all the time. Till next time, take care. Mythras out of here.